Hi everyone! I will be making pierogi, and this time it will be potatoes and cheese. So very simple, only a few ingredients. And for cheese I have this farmer's cheese. So for the batch that I'll be making I have 2 packages, and each one is about 7.5 ounces or 213 grams. I have 2 onions, 4 medium potatoes or large. It depends what you call large. And then we have salt and pepper to taste, and I have my secret weapon. Well, it's not gonna be secret anymore. Soy sauce. Okay, so these are the ingredients, and we're going to 1 cook potatoes, 2 fry the onions. So we have to cut them into small pieces, fry them, and then we'll mix everything together with the cheese once the potatoes are not hot, and then we'll add the spices. Our potatoes are boiling. We just chopped our onions, and I put 4 tablespoons of oil on the frying pan, and oil is ready now. I just tested it. So we will be adding our onions, and we'll start frying them. We'll do it till they're nice and golden in color. So our potatoes are done, and so is our onion. It looks very nice. What we'll do now is we'll have to mash the potatoes, and we'll add those to our cheese, and then we'll divide this in about half or so, and we will add half of the onion to our cheese and potato mixture, and the other half we will reserve to use as a topping once our pierogis are boiled. So I combined cheese, potatoes, and our onions. I gave it a good mix, and I also added the spices, salt and pepper to taste, and our secret weapon. So you just have to taste it and see if it's to your liking. We like good amount of pepper in ours, but this is what the consistency is after I mixed it well and I mashed it together. And later we'll start working on our dough. It's time to start working on our pierogi dough. And this is really a simple recipe, but I believe it's one of the best that I have and have tried. I have 2 cups of water, and I have about 4 tablespoons of butter. I will put the water in a pan, and I'll add the butter to it, and then I will put it on the stove. What I want to do is melt the butter and then combine it with the water. Water is on the stove, and I cut the butter into smaller pieces that will allow for it to dissolve a little bit quicker. We don't have to boil this. I just, like I said before, I want to melt the butter and mix it with the water. We don't want hot water mixing with the flour, because that will just ruin the dough. So I took the water off the stove, and it's warm enough to melt the butter. As you can see, we have very little left to dissolve, and I'll continue mixing it, and then we'll set it aside for the water to cool down. So like I said, it has to be warm, lukewarm, not hot. What I'll do first is I'll add 2 cups of flour. That's 1 cup. Okay, that's 2 cups of flour. And now I'll start adding water. This is the water that we prepared earlier. It's warm. we have dissolved 4 tablespoons of butter in it. There's 2 cups of it here. And we'll start slowly adding it and then mixing, and then we'll continue to add flour until we have a nice dough that is soft and flexible. So I started mixing this together. So right now I have about 2 cups of flour and half of the liquid. I'll continue working with this and I'll slowly continue adding liquid and more flour until I feel that the consistency is what I'm looking for, which is nice flexible dough. The result we're looking for is a dough that does not cling to your hands. It's supposed to be flexible, but not one that will just stick to your hands, and I think we've accomplished that. So I will divide it and I'll start working on forming my circles for pierogi. I divided the dough. It's right in there. You can cover it with a plastic wrap, and I already worked on this beautiful piece here. And the thickness, it cannot be too thick. You don't want the pierogi to be too thick. Now we'll cut little rings. So I'm using this plastic container. I find this size to be what I prefer. Now start working around. Cutting as many as I possibly can. And I think I can fit one more. Okay. I've been working on putting these together already, and I'll show you how I do it. I just wanted to show you how pretty these are. And we already have one batch here boiling. They're ready. I need to take them out. So I have the rings here, and one important tip, it's very important that you put flour on your surface so that the dough does not stick to it. You want it to not stick so that you can pick it up and then form your pierogi. So here we are, our circle, and this is my filling. What I'll do now is I'll form a sphere or a ball inside. So place it in the center, flatten it a bit, make sure you leave enough space around it. Now fold it in half, and we'll start pinching the dough around the filling. Look how beautiful. And again, the dough recipe that I have on my page, I don't think you'll find a better one. This is the best one that I've ever used. Look how gorgeous. So now we'll place it on a clean towel and we'll start working on more of them. Okay, so these are our pierogis after we boiled them, and I have put some of those onions that I set aside. They look great, smell great, and they're very delicious. I already tried one. I hope you will follow my recipe and be courageous enough to make your own. Anyway, Easy Cooking with Marta. Subscribe, follow, share. Thanks!